Hello, YouTube family. Greg D, aka the DCUO Gingerbread Man, back here with another video. And today, what I thought I would do is continue on our little coming back in 2026, a little video series here, and explain artifacts to you today because I've had some people ask me who haven't been necessarily around, or it's been, again, 5, 10, however many years. People asking what the hell is an artifact. So artifacts are something that they've added into the game. I would say within the last, I don't know, at this point it's been what, 3 or 4, probably 4, maybe 5 years at this point, maybe 6. Basically within the last, let's just be general here, within the last 5 years, they've added in artifacts to the game, which are, if you open up your user interface here, come down here and you'll have 5 artifact slots. Now, originally when they first dropped artifacts, we had 3, and then within the last year they've updated it and given us an extra 2 slots. So basically artifacts are a way to make your character stronger, no matter what your role is: tank, troll, healer, DPS, doesn't matter. And there's artifacts for literally everything. I'm currently in the House of Legends, which, as you remember from the last video, is basically our main hub now. That kind of makes the Watchtower and the Hall of Doom obsolete. Once you hit level 20, though, you're going to come over here to Constantine. You can buy artifacts and the catalyst that you need to level up the artifacts from Constantine. You'll do a mission. He'll give you your first artifact for free, and then so on and so forth. Blah blah blah. Before we get too more farther into the video, though, you guys could do me a huge solid favor and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Also, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button as well. It really goes a long way in helping out the channel. I will be doing some sort of huge giveaway. I'm not sure what that is yet, but I am planning on doing a huge giveaway once I hit 10,000 subscribers. So the sooner we can get to 10,000 subscribers, the sooner we can do the giveaway. So just keep that in mind. But again, it only takes you a couple seconds. Anywho, so you can't buy
bloody heroes.
Or what I should say is,
I think Brainiac is
you can't buy every single artifact in the game from Constantine. Some of the, as you progress through, from level 30 onto tier 1 and tier 2 and tier 3 and all that, some of the artifacts you will have to play certain missions in order to receive them. So you're just, playing through the story. Let's say you've unlocked, let's say you're leveling up through level 30 again, and you have come through, let's say you're tier 5, and you've made it to like Chaos Gotham. Now there might be a mission of playing through that little part of the story, and I think there is one. You get like Grimorium, which is a pet artifact, for example. In some cases, as I was saying, you do have to play some of the story missions in order to earn certain artifacts. Now, the majority of them are here.
Phantom Stranger's a bit out of touch with reality,
and it's no problem. These are the 3 artifacts that you need in order to level up your artifacts, or I should say those are 3 catalysts. The max level for artifacts is level 200. So what you'll need, as far as artifacts are concerned, you'll need 56 total Dynesium to go from level 0 to level 200 with an artifact. You need 46 of these, 36 of these. Okay? And again, there are artifacts for everything. There are straight ones for if you want to troll, if you want to heal, if you want to DPS, if you want to tank. I'm currently using one of my battle heal setups. So currently I have a mix and match. Battle healing or battle, you'll see battle tank, you'll see the term battle troll run around. So that's basically someone who is being a hybrid of a healer and a DPS. So in this case, I have, I've got a couple of DPS artifacts, I've got a tank artifact in here, and I've got a heal artifact in here. So to kind of, make me a little bit of everything. Now, what you'll need to level up said artifacts are these, nth metals. So there's 2 ways that you can get nth metals. One is by opening up your daily rewards, which, again, like I mentioned in the first video, I would recommend, if you do nothing else, if you pay for nothing else, at least get the legendary membership. That way you get the extra rewards per day. And you'll notice you get flawless nth metals here. So in the case of like day 2, I get 8,000. In the case over here, we're getting 11,000. You're getting 15,000 there. So I mean, they're spread throughout the day, of course. But then you'll notice if you have the legendary membership, you get these destiny tokens. And then what you want to do, once you get those destiny tokens, is you can come down here to Dr. Fate. He sells stuff. What I personally do with my destiny tokens is I will first buy this. If you buy this flawless nth metal cache, that guarantees you 35,000 artifact XP. Then, once you get the artifact to a point where you need to break it through, because after every 20 levels of leveling up an artifact, you have to break it through. That's where your catalysts and shit come in. So you'll notice, like, this isn't an artifact, but this is the OP item. But it's in the same vein here. So what'll happen is every, so many levels, 10, 20, and the artifacts it is 20, the OP items it's 10. But then once you get there, you'll have a catalyst that you need in order to break it through. So I don't necessarily have, let me see if I have a little guy here that I can maybe break through here. So if I come down here, let's say I have my Hecate here. Okay. Let's see, which one do I want to do? It doesn't really matter. But again, there are literally artifacts for everything. There's damage ones, whether you want to be precision DPS, might DPS. There's, again, controller ones. There's tank ones. Sometimes also artifacts, once you hit level 80, will grant you a special ability. So in this case, let me switch to my hybrid guy. My Omega Totality artifact here, which is basically like the Omega beams that Darkseid shoots out. Once you hit level 80 with this artifact, you grant yourself the ability of the Omega beams, and then you can put it in your loadout. Easy peasy. Same thing if they're like pet DPS artifacts involved or anything like that. Now I will mention, I'll show you how to level up an artifact here, but I want to mention that from level 0 to level 160, it takes 750,000 artifact XP. Between level 160 and 200, it takes 1 million. So altogether, you need about 1.75 million artifact XP in order to go from 0 to level 200 within artifact. Let me see. I guess I can just take Hecate here, or let's see, Birds of Prey. Which one do I want to do? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. We'll take the Venom Wrist Dispenser here. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is go in my inventory. We're going to come over to the artifacts section. I'm going to find where... Now, they'll be in order from the highest to the lowest. So here's Venom Wrist Dispenser here. Right? And then you'll notice that you have the catalyst here. So if I throw that in there, so there you go. So I threw in my little thing there. So now it's ready to go to level 40, but I need the catalyst. So what I'll do is I can come up here with source marks, come up here to Constantine, right?
Bollocks.
And then
Do
I
look
buy
like
2
your
of these,
What are you going on about?
right? Whoop, I need
Listen,
1 more of these.
you don't want to be my mate.
Okay,
My mates end
And
up
then
with worm food or
come back over,
worse.
come down here, and then it's ready, and you break it through, and now it's hit the next milestone. And then you just do the whole thing again until you get it up to level 60. Now again, every artifact has some sort of special ability that you can unlock at level 80. So in this case, it's Venom Surge, which is a weapon buff to increase precision and reduces your base power regen by 10% for 12 seconds. So if you're a precision DPS, this is a good precision buff. You know what I mean? So there you go. This is actually something that I want to level up myself along the way. But you see how it's done. Now, the 2 ways, and then I should mention the other way to get your nth metals. We mentioned the daily rewards playing content. Anytime you play content, you're going to get, and they're random drops. There is one way that you can increase your drop rate. So if you come over here to Dr. Fate,
We serve the edicts.
and you have your fate tokens, which again come from your daily rewards here, because you're going to get 20. As long as you have the legendary membership, you're going to get 20 a day. You'll get 5 a day. But come over here to Dr. Fate, come down here. You want to buy these nth metal detectors. Nth metal detectors are huge because they will increase the chance of getting nth metals. And they'll also give you nth metal caches. I call them eggs because they look like eggs. And right there. So you can have, I mean, you can collect stacks of 999 of these. As you see, I have 100. And I've got 2 nth metal detectors sitting currently. Again, they increase the drop rate of your artifacts. So, and the thing is, and there's no like quicker way to do it. You just have to play it. You just have to play through content and save. Now, it is a grind. I will mention that it is a grind to level up your artifacts. It does take a long time. If you're willing to pay, I'm not saying that you should, but if you're willing to pay, you come in the marketplace, you can buy, if you come down here to the Fortify section, you can buy these bigger nth metals. I think this one is worth 12,500 artifact XP. This one is worth 75,000. So literally, you could buy 10 of these. It would be $90, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot. So I'm saying, you know, if you have the money and if you're willing to spend it, you can. I'm not recommending that you do that. Sometimes I do it, but that's just because I get impatient. And I do it for the YouTube. But you can level that up. Now, I would recommend, obviously, you want to make sure that you have at least 5 artifacts because we have 5 slots. You want to at least have 5 at level 200. Most people start with their DPS artifacts, of course. And it's really interesting because we do have 5 slots here. Builds are so different. You'll see a lot of the build variety is crazy within this game. Whether you're talking about straight precision or a hybrid DPS or a might DPS or a pet DPS or a full heal, a Eye of Gemini heal, a battle tank, you know, you will see some interesting you'll see some interesting builds for sure. Now, how to go about doing the particular builds, we can do that in another video. But like I said, most people will start with their DPS artifacts, get your 5. Now, I will say that what I like to do as far as leveling them up is I like to all have them like I like to have them leveled up at the same time. So what I'll do is I'll get all 5 to level 20, then I'll get all 5 to level 40, then 60, then 80, then so on and so forth. Because I would much rather have, let's say, 5 at 160, because 160 is where the artifacts really start, you know, packing a punch. But I would much rather have 5 artifacts, and I'm sure a lot of other players too would be grateful that you have 5 artifacts at level 160 as opposed to 1 artifact at 200. This one's only at 80. This one's only at 60. This one's only at 40. You know what I mean? So I would much rather have 5 artifacts at level 200 or 160 as opposed to 1 artifact at 200. If you're talking straight DPSing, you're going to do a lot more damage that way anyway. So just something to keep in mind. So Constantine is where you buy the catalyst. You got to play to earn the nth metals, or you can buy them, of course. I mean, that's just how it is. 750,000 to get to 160, 1 million to get from 160 to 200, and then, you know, like I said, the build variety is crazy. It just depends on what you want to do. Whether you whether you want to go precision DPS, might DPS, heal, tank, troll. Because you'll notice here, like this is my hybrid setup, and then you'll notice like my full heal setup, the artifacts are completely different. Now the OG players and the really, you know, intense gamers, you'll see them have 15, 20, 25 artifacts at level 200. I personally have, I can't remember, I have, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I have, let's see, I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 16 at level 200 currently. But there's always new things that you can try if you want to change up how you DPS. Or like if you want to go a little bit more of a pet DPS, if you want to go a little bit more of a precision or might. I mean, it just depends on what you're kind of feeling, what you'd like to go. I mentioned this in the first video too. Currently, might DPS is kind of the meta. Um, Also, I should mention one last thing, that if you do have the legendary membership, whenever they drop a new artifact, you get it automatically. So that's just something to keep in mind too, because with every new, at least as of late, this past year, anytime they drop a new DLC, they're also coming out with a new artifact. So if you have the legendary membership, you get it free. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to, do anything special, do anything fancy. So that's kind of nice too. Um, but yeah, I think that covers pretty much everything about artifacts. So if there is a topic that you want me to cover in this kind of little series of coming back in 2026, let me know. Like I said, we are going to be doing a huge giveaway once we hit 10,000 subscribers on the channel. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, we'll see you soon.